What's up, money magnets and master traders? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Uncle Charters, but you can call me Daddy. So far this week, it's been a pretty good week of trading, day trading. We looked at yesterday's price action. Look at the volatility in yesterday's price action. Amazing with those very beautiful, nice move up and down. Today was all right. It wasn't as good as yesterday, but it was pretty good. If you go to my Discord, I wrote here, not official on the 15-minute chart. However, SPY busting through the 680 level. What was I talking about? Talking about right here. Boom. SPY was consolidating below my 680 level and it bust through, heading up to my next levels.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
And I let my Discord members know as well. 682 cleared as well. Putting 684 in place. Smashed my 684 level. And just when the bulls thought they had it in the bag, the bears responded with a move of their own. This is why we play it level to level with runners, because you never know when a reversal could take place. And I'll definitely let everyone know, if you played the 682 breakout, be sure to secure most profits. Level to level style, baby. And when we did get that reversal, I wrote relief bounce, losing some bounce here with 684 failing at support. That's when you want to enter puts, when we break down support. Price action is the best indicator. And look at that beautiful drop. We broke down 684, broke down 682. On the 15-minute chart, gave us a beautiful drop back to the upside. And on Uncle Charters' channel, we do not call tops, we do not call bottoms. What we do look out for is false breakouts. Here's an example. And false breakdown setup. Here's another example. And I let my Discord know, if 680 recaptures, then back to 682 plus we go. And once we had the breakout, I let them know as well. I update them. 680 cleared. And look at that. Beautiful. 680 cleared. It never broke back below 680. It lagged a little bit. It was chopping a little bit, but it never broke back below 680. Trade never got invalidated, so there was no reason to cut loss. And man, oh man, that we popped to the upside. It was a beautiful squeeze heading up to that 688 level or higher. Wow, that was like an $8 plus move. And today, we had a decent day. I had a 689.8 level. We broke it down on the 15-minute chart. Yes, it was alerted in the Discord as well. Gave us a nice level-to-level move. And then we had a false breakdown setup where we recaptured my 688 level, and it gave us a nice melt up back to the upside. So yeah, today was not as good as yesterday, but man, I'm definitely happy with the last couple of days of training. I hope you guys are happy as well. Let me know how you guys are doing this week. So we got to get to the daily chart though. We got a relief bounce after that massive gap down, incredible gap down. Had a relief bounce the very next day. And then today, looks like we ended it with the doji pattern, back testing the rising wedge pattern. So not quite bullish just yet. And we need to be careful, because when we see a doji like this, that means the SPY can go in either direction. But have no fear, because Uncle Charters is here to simplify the process for all of us, to give you guys my levels and setups. And this is what the plan is for tomorrow. We gotta watch the range of the doji. Whichever way SPY breaks of this doji, whether it's to the upside or downside, that is where you want to trade to. So from here, I have resistance at 689.8, which is a fib level, and of course my 691 level. If both those levels clear, I recommend entering calls with 692.25 as the first target, and then 694 and 696 back in play. That was the previous all-time pivot high. 696 must clear to send us to new all-time high. Can we go hit that 700 level? But if you want to get bearish, the price action must tell you as well. I'm telling y'all, one of the best feelings in the world when it comes to trading is seeing a trade setup play out. And if you guys are bearish and you're feeling bearish, you want to see support levels fail. I have 688 and 686. Below 686, I would return back to leaning bearish again. I would definitely enter puts if those levels fail, with 684, 682, 680, and possibly down to 678 and 676.5 all back in play. So above 691 get bullish, below 688 and 686 get bearish. Looking at QQQ, also back tested its own structure where it found some selling pressure. Today I want you guys, well, tomorrow, I want you guys to keep an eye on two levels, 621.23 and 618.5. 620 is in the middle as well. If those levels fail, staying below 621.2, break it down 620 and 618.5, get bearish. Real likely dropping back to the downside. And this back test of the structure of the ascending triangle pattern will remain bearish. But if we want to get bullish, staying above 621.2, that's a fib level, will be a good start. But we need to clear 623 and 625, because if we do, that will be a recapture of this structure, false breakdown setup, if you will. Putting 630, 632 or much higher in play. Above 630 will likely go and retest a previous all-time highs. Tesla, what a beautiful pop to the upside, clearing multiple fib levels of mine. The last time we spoke about this, I mentioned the 424.3 level. Look at that. False breakdown setup. I mentioned if we're going to stay bearish, price must stay below 424.3. But we recaptured it. We recaptured it yesterday, and it showed bullish follow through. This is how you call bottoms. You watch for false breakdown setup. You get that false breakdown setup, that's when you want to call a bottom or play a bottom. And look at that. Worked out beautifully. So now we got to get ready for the next setup. 449 is a support level. 447.2 is a support level. Do not look to short unless we break down those levels to put the 50 DMA in play. I have the fib level at 442.8 and the 50 DMA is around 442.3. It's probably going to slope up by tomorrow. So watch that 442.8 level. We break that level down, I would go back to being bearish. But as long as above 447.2 and 449, I'd be bullish. 451, 453, and 454.3 are in play. And if we clear 454.3, we'll likely go fill the gap. You have a gap all the way back in December 26. That is around 475. It would not surprise me if we go and fill that gap. NVDA, it hit the 20 DMA as a resistance. So this is not quite bullish to me. Need to be careful because it ended with a doji as well. So if we break back below 184.2 and 183, get bearish. I expect a big, decent size move back to the downside if those levels fail. I would not get bullish unless we recapture the 20 DMA and also clear 188. If we can clear those levels, 192 or higher is in play. And above 192, I would favor a bottom being in. Still not convinced the NVDA is bullish yet. Still looking bearish to me. Amazon, so far it did bounce off the bottom of the triangle pattern, but it has yet to clear and recapture some critical levels. 634.8 and 636 are those levels to put 239 and 240.4 back in play, and those levels must clear as well to get back to the top of the triangle pattern. Watch for the breakout, because if it fails and we start breaking back below 233, 229.2 incoming and below 229.2, not only is that a fib level, but that will be the breakdown of the triangle pattern. It will enter breakdown mode. Microsoft trying to go for a bounce, but still not seeing much bullishness. Let's see if it can continue. If it is going to continue, 454 and 458 are the two levels I want you guys to watch. Up to you guys what you want to do, but that's the level I recommend for you guys to watch. Clear those levels, recapture those levels. 464.8 is in play, and above 464.8, I would favor a bottom is in, because if not, and we start breaking down 450.5, 449, and 447, get back to being bearish. The sell-off continues. Here is Meta with this incredible bounce to the upside. Watch that 646 level. Above it, we can get the bounce. The bounce can continue. That's what I meant to say. But if we're below it, that'll be a false breakout setup. Remember, false breakout setups are the best way to call tops. It's not 100%, but it's definitely higher than 60%. So if we lose 646, I expect a $10 to $20 drop back to the upside. And if you stay above 646, I expect a $15 to $20 pop back to the upside. It's going to be incredible. Apple, still looking bearish to me. 251 is still holding as resistant. Just need some bearish follow through by breaking down 247 to send us down to 242 or lower. Do not look too long unless 251, 253.6, 255, or 256.5 can recapture. Overall though, I'm not really bearish. Overall though, I'm not really bullish unless we get back above the 265.3 level. The bulls have a lot of work to do. Otherwise right now, bears need to show some follow through, break down some more support levels. IWM, is this the top? Gotta be careful for an evening star pattern. If it breaks down 269 and 268 tomorrow, 269.3 and 268, guys, it's gonna be extremely bearish. You could get an evening star pattern playing out, a big body red candle. But if not, and we clear 271 and 273, expect more upside for IWM. And here is the VIX retesting an up trend line after it gapped up the other day, came right back down just to retest an uptrend line. So if it's gonna bounce from this uptrend line, 16 and 17.10 must recapture again. Trust the bounce if 17.10 recaptures. Otherwise, if we break back below 15.4, that is a breakdown for VIX, and that'll be bullish for the SPY. And of course, before I let you go, gotta give you the the DarkPool level. 2.9 billion in premium at the 688.9-ish level. Oh boy, that's a lot. That's a pretty big premium. Above it, get bullish, but as long as below it, stay bearish. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want more content from Uncle Charters, check the pinned comment below. Join the Discord. Let's kick the market maker's ass together. Peace.